Um, so today is July 8th. I'm documenting my trading journey as I learn how to trade with the hopes and ambitions of being a full time day trader one day. Uh, but with that being said, this is a lesson that I'm learning here, and I'm glad I'm learning it early on. But the biggest part of day trading isn't learning a strategy. It isn't, figuring out all the different systems or figuring out what all the candles mean or figuring out what, the different formations mean, different things of that sort. That's not the problem. That's the easy part. That's the part that literally anybody can get with a little bit of research, a little bit of just studying. The hardest part that I'm coming to find out is trusting yourself, trusting what you actually see in the charts, what you chart out. Um, Obviously, we nobody can predict the future, but there are always signs in advance. Same thing with these charts as far as what may happen, in the next couple minutes, in the next couple hours, so on and so forth, to where you it's kind of a battle, I guess you can say. But that's the issue I'm actually facing right now currently. Um, so yesterday I charted out a FedEx play, and I actually been posting my plays, at least one play a day. I'm not gonna say I have been, but yesterday and the day before, I posted out two plays that actually worked out really well, uh, and I wasn't in either one of them. That's the crazy part about it. Um, on Monday, I wasn't in the play because I actually was busy. I just didn't have time to watch it. It went for 100% plus. Um, I would have been in it if I would have had time to sit down that day. And yesterday, uh, Tuesday, I put out a play for FedEx, and I'll post a screenshot of it here. So on that FedEx play, I looked at the contract prices, um, and the spread was pretty wide. So with that being said, I knew that if it did what I was suspecting it to do, it was a huge chance to make some really good money. Um, and I literally watched the play unfold, and due to my own paralysis, I guess, on the situation and not trusting myself, I let it go by. Um, so here's a quick look uh, at my screen. So here we are, FedEx. This was my entry point. Literally, I was watching it up here, and in 0.2 seconds, the bottom just fell out. So instead of me going ahead and putting in my buy order because it had reached below my entry point, I froze, unfortunately. Um, because there's always that thought, what if it goes back the opposite direction? But I froze. Instead, I should have followed my initial thought. This candle here is huge, huge. This should have been my indicator to say, okay, if I wasn't in already, I need to get in now. But like I said, I froze on it. Yeah, I just, that fear of not knowing what's going to come in the next 10 minutes. And as you can see, it kept trickling down. But right in this area, right up here, I think the bid price was like 245 ish. The ask price was like 275. Soon as it dropped down, the bid price hopped up to like $3. Or I'm sorry, yeah, the bid price hopped up to about $3, and the ask hopped up to about 330. Now we're still trickling down, and it was going to be the 307.50 put that I was actually going to be going for. And if you look on my screen here, got the projector up. This is what it's going for currently. The bid price is 360, the ask price is 380. So with that being said, even if I caught it after it dropped, like the big drop here, even if I had caught it here, I could have still got in for 270, and right now I would be up 90 cents per contract. Along with that, another reason that I kind of figured, or that I should have analyzed to see, hey, it's going to keep continuing down. Look at the continuation, the time frame continuation. It's literally been going down on the hourly, the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the quarterly. Only thing it's up on is a year. That should have been a sign right there. Hey, it's going to continue heading that direction. But like I said, I got the analysis paralysis. Even though I knew what was the move, I still didn't act on it. And it's all a learning experience. It's a mental game. Trading is literally 80% mental. The other 20% is the actual execution and being present. With that being said, I'm gonna keep working at this, more so on the mental part, because that's where my issue is. I think I have out a solid plan as far as me charting everything out. I don't even think at this point, like, I know I have a solid plan. I just need to stick with it, continue with it, and get my mental to the right space to where when I see things, I act on it instead of just watching it, hoping that I don't lose any money. Yeah. Now we up to $4. And like I said, I could have got it at 270. But it is what it is. This is all a learning process. That's why I'm documenting it. Hopefully this can help other new traders get their feet wet and see that they aren't the only ones. That's all I got for today. Check it out. My app, Contracts, KONTRAX.app. Check it out. Download it. And we're going to keep learning.